Hi everyone, good evening. Can everyone hear me? Quick mic check. So if you can hear me, just use your reaction emoji. Just use your reaction emoji. Okay, so that's fine. I can get some reaction. Thank you so much, Deborah, for reacting. Victoria, I see you. Thank you so much for reacting. So, just like Lisa said, my name is Oluwadamilola Florence Olatuboso. And guess what? I am an OAU alumni. So, which means that I finished from your school. I walked through the walls of OAU and sat in most of the classes of OAU. And today, I'm currently the co-founder of Accounts BPO. One of the brand under Account BPO is Account Academy. And through the help of your leadership, we have decided to bring this meeting to the team. So this call will be an interactive section. So ensure that you can use your chat buttons. For those people that are confident enough, you can unmute your mic. If you can turn on your camera, I would love to see your faces. So if you can unmute your mic, do well to speak when you need to speak. So just like the host of today have said, one of the key things she mentioned was, oh, she would like to hear what you're anticipating from this event. And I'm also going to put it out there. What do you anticipate from this event? Personally, I've put together my slides, my presentation to present to you. But at the same time, I would like to hear from you. What are you expecting from this event? What are the key things you're open to take away from this event? So you can use the chat box. You can use the chat box to drop those comments. So I'm just going to dive right in because I believe in keeping to time. And I love when people keep to time. So I'm just going to dive right in. So I've put together a presentation titled Learn Skill, Build Experience, and of course, Earn Income. I'm of the school of thought that says that there's no point in you learning skill, building experience if you cannot make money from it. I'm of the school of thought that there's no point in you learning a skill, building your experience in that industry if you cannot make money out from it. So while are we having this conversation? We are having this conversation to see how we can help students turn their knowledge into real earning opportunities, how to turn their knowledge into real learning opportunities. So with a show of hand, I mentioned that this was going to be an interactive section. With a show of hand, I would like to know how many of you believe that the moment you are done with your ICANN, you automatically get a job. So I would like to see your hands, or you might want to just do a reaction. Just do a reaction, or you mute your mic and say, yes, I'm hoping that as soon as I get finished my ICANN, or now that I'm done with my ICANN, I'm hoping to get a job. Please just do that. I'd like to see the reaction. So while the reactions are coming, I'd like to say this, that a lot of students graduate with knowledge but no skills. A lot of students graduate with certificate but little experience. Most people feel that with skills, when they have skills, the next thing is for them to make money. But guess what? Most people don't know how to actually convert their skills, their experience, their certificate and knowledge into making money. So one of the key things I had conversation with your management with was that, oh, I'm going to try as much as possible to teach you how to monetize your skills, how you can use your skills to actually make money, even as a graduate, even as a student, even before you jump into the job market or you start working your 9 to 5. So pardon me, my voice is a bit cracky. So, like I said, a lot of students don't have the knowledge but no income. And I'm going to start by telling my story. Before jumping into it, I would like to tell my story. Just like I mentioned, I graduated from OAU. And the good news was that I finished my ICANN immediately. I finished my ICANN when we were doing our FYB week. So you can imagine when people were doing FYB, that was when I was going for ICANN induction. So I was done. By the time I was leaving school, I was a graduate. I had my BSc and I also had my ICANN certificate. But guess what? The fact that I had these two certificates does not necessarily mean I had a job. And the funny thing is, you might think that okay, maybe you don't just have the you might be wondering, why don't you have a job? Why were you not able to get a job immediately after school? Yeah, I know you're having that question. I'm going to answer it. The reason why I was able to get a job immediately after school was because I do not have the experience. You know, when you go for a job interview and then they're asking you how many years of experience do you have, and your answer is I don't have any years of experience. That was my situation. That was my situation. I was done with school. I had my ICANN, I had my BSc, but there was no job. And just to mention, I graduated with a 2 point. I graduated with a first class service second class upper. My I think I finished with 4.24. So it was not as if I was not smart. Actually, to a large extent, I was smart, but there was no job. So what did I do differently? I first of all sat down and told myself that no, I must definitely get a job. And unlike my friends, that most of them were in, their target was, oh, they wanted to go to Lagos. I knew for a fact that Lagos was not for me. The reason is because for every time I go for my induction, for my ATS induction, ICANN induction, I always come back from Lagos sick or looking stressed. So I knew for a fact that that is not the life for me. I cannot be living my everyday looking stressed and all of that, coupled with the fact that I grew up in the north. So I told myself that I'm going to work in Abuja. How I'm going to get the job, I don't know. So as soon as we're done with school, guess what? COVID hit. And if you know what happened during COVID, you know that a lot of people were sacked from their jobs. There were no job opportunity. So as soon as I was done with my project, I went back home. That was when there was the lockdown. So during the lockdown, I told myself I needed to re-strategize. I wanted to work in Abuja. So I went online and started looking for job opportunities. After looking for job opportunities, I started submitting my CV. Of course, there were some yes in terms of, oh, we have, sorry, there were some yes in terms of, oh, they're inviting me for interview, and there was a lot of no. But guess what? When I started getting my years was when I spoke to my senior colleague, one of my senior colleague that was done with school. So he asked me for my CV. And then when he saw my CV, he laughed. He was like, oh, Dami, who gave you this CV? And all of that. I told him I just put something up on the internet. And during our time, there was really no AI. So I believe a lot of people say, yes, AI can help me design my CV. Yes, that's true. AI can help you this. But remember, you have to properly prompt your AI. If you don't prompt your AI, you won't be able to design the perfect CV for the industry. So my senior colleague had to guide me, had to help me create my CV in a way and manner that I could actually create my CV. And after using that CV to apply for job, that was when I started getting job opportunity. Of course, I was happy. I have the master CV that can get me job opportunities. So I started getting job opportunities. Even during COVID, some people reached out to me and requested that, oh, I'd come. My parents were staying in Kaduna, so I was in Kaduna, that I should travel down to Abuja for the interview. And of course, I went to Abuja for the interview. And then after going to Abuja for the interview, guess what? Most of them told me that, to be honest, Dami, you have the credentials, you speak well, you did well in the interview, but unfortunately, you don't have the experience, right? And you don't have the experience, it's against our organization for us to hire somebody that does not have the experience, somebody that have not served. We don't want that. So maybe when you're posted to Abuja and you have the opportunity, if you're posted to Abuja, maybe we can actually take you on as our finance officer. I was disappointed, and I went back to Kaduna. Then, of course, I had to speak to my senior colleague again that I've gotten an interview, but guess what? I did not get, they said I don't have experience. So we sat again, and after sitting again, then we spoke. And then during the course of our conversation, I realized that for every time we had holidays, if I'm not writing my econ exam and I have reason to come down home, I always go to my dad's office to actually assist him with his bookkeeping. By the way, I graduated as an accountant, so I was assisting my dad to keep his book, to help put together their account record, issue out invoices and all of that. So from that, I actually have an experience. So I documented that. Of course, I was also a direct entry student. So I did my national diploma a year before coming to AAU. I also worked in a bank of agriculture. So I documented that experience too. Before we left the call, I was able to have at least 3 years of experience, even though I was done with school. And before now, I felt I did not have experience. So you could see, if my senior colleague was not there, I might have gotten the interview, but I won't have gotten the job. The same way I lost the first job. And guess what? After that mentoring section I had with my senior colleague, I revamped my CV. I also revamped the way I pitch myself. So I started again. And the good news was though I got a job opportunity to work in an audit firm, an accounting firm, one of the top firms in Abuja. And I was shortlisted. And as I was shortlisted, of course, now that I know that I have experience, when they were asking me, I was just telling them about my experience and all. And guess what? They were excited. And from there, they just sent me my offer letter. And that was how I got my first job. So, like I said, you having your ICANN does not automatically mean that you secure job. You having the knowledge does not necessarily mean that you have the income. The fact that you have the certification, you have the certificate does not mean that you would have experience. And the truth is that you can have the skills, but if you don't know how to monetize them, you will still be broke. And guess what? The world is changing. The world is changing. Gone are those days, gone are my time whereby, oh, I was a student, and because I felt I was a student, I could not make money. Now, even as a student, even the fact that you're about leaving school, you can actually start to make money. And how do you make money? How do you make money? By exchanging your skills. And I know somebody on the call is already wondering that means, yes, I know I should exchange my skills, but what skill do I have that I can monetize? How do I work? So, and we are going to talk about all of that today. So first thing first, I would like you to know, open your mind to know that you can actually start working remotely. You can actually start earning online. You can build a side income, even as a student, and you can even gain experience that is required of you as a student. So now, how do you do this? We currently, like I mentioned, I co-founded an accounting BPO, and currently one of the key things we do at Account BPO is an account academy. And why did we have the account academy? So let me go back to my story again. So after working in the audit firm, I worked in the audit firm for a significant period of time, and then I moved to a non-governmental organization. From the non-governmental organization, I moved to a project finance firm, and then from a project finance firm, I also work with a financial literacy organization. I have series of experience. But while working in all of these industries, all of these organizations, I get to interact with a lot of business owners. I get to interact with a lot of individuals. And one key thing is common among all of them. They are always asking me, oh, that means we have job opportunities. Can you help recommend, or can you even come to this job? And to be honest, while I want to make money, I still want to be a fine girl, right? So I cannot necessarily do all the job myself. So I decided to set up what is known as an accounting BPO. That is what gave birth to Account BPO. Account BPO actually helps connect people with job opportunities. That's practically what we do at Account BPO. We have like a pipeline of people that want to work, and then we connect them with different job opportunities across Nigeria. The goal is to go global, but currently just Nigeria. So we connect you with job opportunities. And the good news with these job opportunities is that some you can work from the comfort of your home, or you can actually go to the offices depending on the specification of what you want and what the job is offering. But in the process of us doing this, there are a lot of key things we notice, which is the lack of the relevant skills. So I know a lot of people saw the tweets of the CEO, also an alumni of OAU, of Money Point. He mentioned that over 500 jobs are currently on Money Point, and they don't really have a lot of people to fill the gap. While I would like to say that there's a truth to that, because there are a lot of job opportunities that I have access to, that I'm aware of. But guess what? We don't necessarily have the qualified candidates to fill this job. Or even if you have the qualified candidates, their attitude to work might not necessarily match the work culture. So now you have an organization whereby they prefer that, oh, you communicate a lot. You communicate how you're getting your job done. As soon as you're done with your job, you should let people know. If you don't communicate, this might not, if you have been matched with this organization and you find it difficult to communicate, there's definitely a mismatch, because your attitude to work does not match the organization. So we realized that in the process of matching a lot of individuals to job opportunities, we realized that there is a mismatch, which means that these people, their job opportunities, but the people that are available might not necessarily have the relevant skills, right? Of course, most of them are chartered, some are not chartered, but they don't have the experience. So you ask someone to prepare like a financial statement, an audited financial statement, they might not be able to prepare it. Of course, they know the theoretical, I'm supposed to have an SOP, I'm supposed to have a statement of financial position, a statement of income statement, a cash flow statement, it notes to the account. I'm supposed to have all of those things. But the question is not build it from scratch or use the bank statement to build it. Most people cannot do this. So we realize that most people cannot prepare a management report. Most people cannot even file online. Currently, FIRS have moved from tax promas. They are now NRS and they moved to Web 360. Okay, sorry about that. So most people will ask you, oh, help us file our annual reports, help us file our VAT, help us file our WAT, but you don't know how to do it. And to be honest, I don't really blame you as a staff or as an employee of the organization. The reason why you don't know how to do it is because nobody trained you to do it. But guess what? Your employer will not understand. They expect you to know how to do it because that's what they are paying you for. So because of this gap, we created what is known as an account academy. So at Account Academy is structured in a way and manner that allow you as an employee, you as a staff, you as a student, you as a graduate to actually learn practical skills. So the skills that we are teaching you at Account Academy help you to work in a real life organization. So we bring in experts to come teach you on how to prepare your financial statement, how to carry out an audit, what is expected of you during tax investigation, tax audit, tax review. Of course, all of these things I'm saying, if you've done your ICANN, if you've in school, some of them have been taught to you theoretically, but guess what? We'll be teaching you practically how it is being done. And then when you are done with the academy, one of the key things we also do is we ensure that you don't just learn it, we also give you practical experience in terms of we introduce you to real world experience so as to build your confidence. And Account Academy is structured in a way and manner that all of these skills that we are teaching you, you don't necessarily have to get a job to start making money from it. And I'm going to explain. So for instance, now we teach you how to prepare a financial statement. The good news is that we are currently approaching 30th June. And as we are approaching 30th June, what happens? A lot of companies need to prepare their audited financial statements, need to prepare their audited financial statement, need to also file their account. But guess what? Most of them might not necessarily have an accountant, and that is where you come in. If you have the skills to prepare if you have the skill to prepare a financial statement, all you just have to do is prepare the financial statement, and then you can just work with an audit firm. Of course, if you're a student of our academy, if you prepare the financial statement, if you are working with us, we are going to look at the financial statement that you've prepared. We are going to help you audit it, get you the stamp, and as soon as we get you the stamp, you have an audited financial statement that you can present to your clients. So that way, you don't necessarily have to even get a full-time job to start making money. You can start selling your skills, start telling people, oh, I can help you prepare a financial statement. Another thing, you can help organizations prepare their management report. So most organizations want to know, oh, how have I performed? How have I done this? What did I do in the month of April? What did I do better in the month of March? I noticed there was no money in the month of April. What happened? You can actually help them to prepare their management report. You can also help them with their payee filing, that is for their payroll, help them with their payroll management, payee filing, statutory filing, and all of that. And then even help them with their tax filing on the various platforms. So you would notice that apart from us positioning you for global opportunities, positioning you for job opportunities, we also ensure that you don't necessarily even need to get a job to start making money. You don't necessarily need to get a job for you to start making money. So like I mentioned, the big opportunity, the little knowledge you have can actually make you money. So in Account Academy, we don't wait until, oh, you want to get a job before you start making money. Today, even as a student, you can actually feed into the pipeline of data entry. And what is data entry? A lot of people might have backlog. So currently, you all know what is happening with the Finance Act, with the Tax Reform Act, you all know. So a lot of people that might have been keeping their book manually might decide, okay, I want to start migrating, I want to digitalize my information. And how do they do this? You can only do this through data entry, and that is where you come in. You can assist with data entry, you can freelance, that is be help prepare financial statement, be a freelance accountant, be a freelance bookkeeper, you can even be a freelance a freelance assistant, tax consultant assistant to help people in their tax filing. And just like I mentioned, the Account Academy advantage, just in Account Academy, it's not just a learning platform. We are not just teaching you, oh, come and learn, come and learn. We're actually ensuring that you have a career opportunity. We connect you with career opportunities. It's like an ecosystem designed to help students move from learning. We also give you experience, and then we ensure that you make income. And the grand of it all, you have an employment opportunity. So from learning, you get the experience, you make income, and then get career experience. So as a student, what are you expected to gain from Account Academy? Practical development, I mentioned that already. We are going to ensure that all the relevant skills, of course, the theory is needed, so we will do more of practical than theory. How to prepare financial statements, your management report, what is expected of you when carrying out audit, how to carry out your taxes, payroll management, even CVs. A lot of people charge ridiculous amounts in CV preparation. And one of the key things at account is that we also help you to ensure that you are the perfect fit for the job. We help review your CVs and ensure that your CVs are properly optimized for job opportunities. We help look at your LinkedIn profile. If you have one, we look at your LinkedIn profile and help you revamp it. And if you don't have one, we help ensure that we help you create a LinkedIn profile that then when people are looking for when you can then use that as a means to position yourself in the job market. And we also assist our students with interview preparation. So how does interview preparation go? So of course, it might be your first interview or second interview or real life interview. So what we do is we stimulate the environment to prepare you for the interview in a way and manner that you as an individual can actually go into your interview and come out successful. We condition the environment in a way and manner that you can go into the interview and come out successfully. Possible questions that your employer will be asking you, we are going to stimulate it and ensure we ask you and also guide you on how to answer it. Personal branding and career mentorships. Just the same way my senior colleague was able to guide me throughout my career till I finally got the job. We will be handholding you. And the good news is that even after when you get the job, we have like a pool of a community where you would be as you'll no longer be in the student community, you will now be like in the employee community. And during your time while working in this organization or in different organizations that you might find yourself, there are some days that you encounter some challenges that you might feel that, oh, you cannot solve yourself. All you just need to do is to drop a message on the group page. The funny thing is, it doesn't have to even be someone from our team that would respond. In that same community, your friends, people that you learned with, people that are already in their community, people that have better experience from you will provide response and tell you, oh, this is how to go about it. I could vividly remember there was a time that after this whole tax reforms act, the whole tax reformation, a lot of people were asking for payee templates. A lot of people were asking for payee template that, oh, okay, yes, we know that they've changed payee. Does anybody have like a payee template that I can use in my organization? That is the help, what we are offering you in the community. So if you have situations like that, someone can actually provide response to it. Someone can actually provide response to it. So someone can actually provide response to it. Then, of course, real life experience. As in Account Academy, one of the key things we are offering to everybody that leave our academy is internship opportunity. So the top performers will be given internship opportunities within the organization and also outside the organization. Let's not forget that I mentioned Account BPO in the beginning. So most of the people that finish from the academy, the top performers, because of course, we want to ensure that everybody giving their best in the academy. So when you're giving your best, the people that the top performers will be given internship opportunities in the organization. Some will be placed in different organizations because, like I mentioned, there are a lot of organizations that are looking for people to work for them, but with the right culture and with the relevant experience. So we are going to match you with this opportunities, and all you just have to go in. We would help you throughout the interview process up until when you get the job. All you just have to do is you come in, you go for your internship opportunity, and of course there will be freelance opportunity. We are currently approaching the tax season where a lot of organizations will be trying to file their account, put together their account. So whenever we have peak seasons like that, there are always freelance opportunities. We need people, we will need more hands on our team to help with preparation of financial statements, to help with tax filing. So these opportunities will definitely be shared with the pipeline of people that are graduating from our academy. And of course, the industrial exposure, depending on your location, we would always share industry exposure for you, like events you can attend, that you can actually get to meet with people in your industry. And at large, everybody will be in our talent pool. That is when there are opportunities, rather than sharing it with the general public, making it known on our job board, we would be sharing it first with members. We would consider people that are in our talent pool, before we move to any other set of people. So why should you care? Of course, why should you care as a student? You are not yet a graduate. Why should you care? So most students actually wait up until graduation before they start thinking of, oh, how do I get experience? How do I get the job? How do I position career-wise? How do I make income? How do I start making money? But the truth is that with Account Academy, we help you start early, so that we are looking at people that are in their year 3 and year 4 to help ensure that we actually position them to gather this experience before graduation, so that when they graduate, even before they graduate, they are making the money. We help you with work experience. We help you to build that strong CV, a professional LinkedIn profile, internship opportunity, and of course, income generating skill. I'm of the fan of, you don't want a situation whereby you're relying on your 9 to 5 alone for your income. You should be able to generate income yourself. And of course, professional confidence. You want to be able to speak among your colleagues. You want to be able to speak among your colleagues. So at the end of working with studying at Account Academy, you should be able to apply for a role confidently. You should be able to speak like a professional. You should also have like a proof to show that, oh yes, I am done with the academy. I have this experience. So one of the key things I mentioned when I was having a conversation with your management was that we are going to give, coupled with the fact that I finished from OAU, I was not a member of Bureau of Management. I was a member of Bureau of Accounting. So we decided that today we are going to give the first 5 students to follow accounts on IG. So currently the academy goes for 60,000 naira, and we are giving a discount to the first 25 people that sign up for it. So while the slots have currently been taken already, because I am, of course, I know alone how to do my people well. I told my member of my team that, we are going to reserve some spots, especially for people from OAU. Still, currently, what we are currently offering is the first 5 students to follow our account. Rather than you paying 45,000 naira, you pay 40,000 naira. So if you go on IG and you type account, follow us on IG, and when you follow us on IG, send the snapshots of your follow to the WhatsApp group. And then, rather than you paying 45,000 naira to join the academy, you only get to pay 40,000 naira. You only get to pay 40,000 naira. And the truth is that one key thing I will always say when it comes to career development, if nothing changed, nothing changed. If you yourself did not decide to change, nothing will change. It will just be another 6 months of sending application and being, it will just be another 6 months of you being frustrated, same results, no results, or the same results, watching others move forward. Why don't you just choose a different path? Why don't you just have life easier? Don't be like me that I had to keep running to my mentor and say, oh, what do you think about this and all of that. You can actually join the academy and someone would enroll you. And the good news is that when you join the account academy, you get like everything I said, everything will be taught practically. You get to prepare financial statement from scratch, how to use your bank statement to prepare financial statement from scratch, how to use from the source documents or the accounting software the organization is using. You get to how to prepare a financial statement. You also get to learn how to audit a financial statement. What are the key things you should look out for when auditing a financial statement? Of course, the tax aspect also is not neglected. For the payee, how you can prepare your payroll, what to look out for when calculating your payee, and also how to file it based on the relevant internal revenue service, their platform, how to go about the filing, and for the company annual report, how to file this on the Web 360. Remember, we're no longer using Tax Pro Max, we're using Web 360. So how to file all of this on Web 360, we would guide you, we would enroll you for you to see how you can go about the filing. And of course, payroll management, how to carry out your payroll management. We are going to help you with all of this. So at this point, I would like to take a pause to give room for questions. So if you know you have questions, you can kindly unmute your mic and ask your questions, and you can also use the chat box. Okay, do we have any question? If you have any question, you can unmute your mic or you can use the chat box.
Good evening. Can
Good
you hear me?
evening.
Yeah. My questions are like, what's for people that are not probably the field of accounting? I think among we have some people that are from public disadmin, some that doesn't really have interest in accounting work per se, but probably data analysis or other. So is there any way, like, is there any room for them to, or any package for this kind of people?
Yes, yes, yes. So, like I mentioned, right? Of course, you don't necessarily have to, the goal is not for you to become an accountant, right? Like I always say that the goal is for you to build your career and at the same time make money from your career. So, why you might not necessarily want to become an accountant, guess what? You need to make the money. And for you to make the money, you can actually work as a freelancer. And why do I mean by working as a freelancer? You can help different organizations. You can help different organizations to prepare their management report. You can help different organizations to use their data points for them to make informed decision. But guess what? You cannot advise an organization on how to make an informed decision if you yourself don't even understand what is contained in the information. So those are one of the key things that we teach you. And by extension, more like an add-on, you can also join some of the other classes. So even if it is not like a career, teach other people if you want, or use it to make money for yourself. Is that fine?
Yes, that's very fine. Thanks so much for your response, for your answer.
Okay. So do you have any other question? Okay. So if we don't have any more questions, so I would like us to, if you don't have any more questions, I would like us to go online. You might want to tag accounts, give a review about this meeting. Go online, give a review about this meeting, follow us on account, and who knows, maybe you might be the lucky winner of our slot. Thank you.